science intending model will especially mol mi alon ko wolle balla diaspora anin dolbiji mi alon ko be Sanyang kono iko e mantara contanding andu e laftale pour yebbo VDC chairman yala in Sanyang exactly munekira
alhamdulillah rabbil alamin buba melo correction ko mata bakela de nata VDC chairman yala on the 28th July 2024 cartela fighter candidate Sabala Lota, Birikama Area Council La Carte for Union Conduct, headed by Honorable Monchar Jiba and in the team. Nidala Local Government Act 2002, Wala Tandiko, Sate be Gambia, Anyanta VDC Sotala. And Anyanta VDC Sotala, Inyanta Kiamano Tombona. But Kiamano Katombonya dile wala nyintuko. Sate. Let me take an example, Sanyang. Sanyang kabila mwani nanda be Sanyang. Wo kabila mwani nano. Kabila ka two representative la sen. Musu killing, ke killing. Niyo total 48 soto. Wo 48 wo la karte fay wolum. Kaboto ke tombo. Wala on the 28th July 2024. Koluwa landi nyami. Bari nidara jibe bi mununo min be kuma kan modol bol konol min yan ko candidate long luminanta be lola lumina carte be fayla wol mu candidate lati wolle be nyin vu nyin lead kan because VDC ita do ko kala no.
So they contested against you during the election.
Aning fulan nyaw kabirin carte fayda Sanyang lansare kabila lulla soto wolan sare kabila lulo walla alfali ka folle bulunda wala sare kabila lulo walla Sanyang lo wala korin kunda mor kunda jamba kunda nambara kunda an jaban kunda kabile alfa fulala tombo wo wala keta alfa tanti wo alfa tang bi ko la kumande Sanyang bulunda kabila tanni fengo min dulaje walla alfa wala council of elders VDC ni wala ka do ko ke anin alikalo anin the ward council because neither local government according to the local government VDC yamar la bunda sabala soto bunda follow min di wolong satela alikalo VDC la yamar lalo the sitting councillor of that particular village or that ward VDC la yamar lalo anin any other extension worker nilla yamar la sabaldi fanatara comme la VDC committee ni inate modo la faje like a legal advisor lawyer ta yakela legal advisor
Juala to la councilor Sanya
boto boja yes
good.
So VDC kabiri nata nanyaton kaya kan sanji filmo nyi kadum lumina e jemo kada wala na sanji kilmo ning alikalo ni nyi sate alifal be nyo konole be do kola because min kada wala nyinde ko lumina carte fayda bala ko master wolungol nyin kelo manke bi kelati. When I was elected on the 28th July balam follow kada mindi ko boto gay mulundangol da manke Sanyang lansareti because of the surname gay
but foy mu Sanyang lansareti
nte wuluta Sanyang nte fa wuluta nambara kundale
yalla si wulu no dularo bari manke je lansareti
nte fa wuluta jele nte fa wuluta jele and then ni koy bola fananta la bundala molla VDC kiamani yaka mini alonko in 20 years ago the VDC kiamani yaka la wal falma wulu Sanyang nte fa wulu ta Sanyang nte wulu ta Sanyang nte mo soso ta Sanyang nte dingol be wulu ta Sanyang andu lansare kabilo lan taki nambara kunda to represent them council o boto boja boto kabilo to because ndeni boto ndella dindi yaka birim be dindi ndella kala bunkili jan watam be man fudu so chocho kuma ta walto ko Sanyang na ado tinyale ada jama kadum be katama ni luwalla ne Sanyang na constitution o jiba ma fako ko rungunda dingola nyanda kala VDC kiamanote ne local government ak jibe amma fako number kunda dingola nyanda kala VDC ako kabilo la nyantela mol senla yak wala nyanta carte fayla ka VDC kiamanoto bo andu wala kada Sate ma
so that bulunda wala ka voting ke
bulunda bu ka voting ke
Okay, but itolle ka mol kimil ka voting ke.
Kabila alfalla ka mo fula to mo. Musu killing ke killing.
Oh, okay.
Pour eta kabilo represent. Wol min zara kabilo represent wala ka carte fay. Ni aje ndela carte fay long. Kebal be bijele, alfali bije, kalikalo bije, mo be bije. Council of bije. Ate ntuje la ka meeting na soto bata kunku. Mon charna da fogo. Sa alikalo ni alfala to le funti banda. Representative sol mini boda kabilo to wala nyanda carte fay la. Wala nata carte fay. Di nyin diamo ko master biri world. Diamo fulanyo wala nyinti ko. Kabirin nata. Mbe example o dala comme la birka may ra council nyato ko kam min fo yankuba dal nata pour kadim ko la suki. Mfana wala ka sanya. Nanyin sanye kilin kono. Ngadi ko la suki. Ti nyarol mini kata sanya ngol la bayndi. Pour ko ti nyarol ke murun nan sate kan. Ni tara jibe kabirin nata ngata sate la risaflan lulu wala wafuta.
Jumale wafi the former VDC.
Even mentioned in na AG ma ben report ko no janne. Nko nte tofola in any media but mbe minkela wala nyindi ko. Alikalo ni sate alifal. Nyindi maso la nyanda benna. Pour ka tandila o risaflan lulu wafuta nyadile because na evidence will be so jamal la waf jamal la bulo no taje.
Yeah, but Jumal Wafi, say you have the opportunity to tell people. Sanyang Kolbe Jibe kan.
Ngal na Sanyang Kolbe Jibe kan.
So you are the VDC chairman, you should not hide them anything.
Buba,
especially when you said evidence will be
evidence be able.
Yalong natara suspicion.
I will come to that. Let me narrative di kuanyim bela after nala ba wala.
Okay.
Wona ta kekele bati. Nkam. Because nitana jibe resaflan lulu wafuta resaflan of fana bijebe anko sate talo moya ta ka tati because kabiri nata follow ndata wala round wala I assign the alikalo pura more allocating ya puru nimmi bida puru nga sate la resaflan long so that I can document all of them data round wala dulali be jibe bar ngata la dul sansanda dula dul fence da bungul lota je dula dul fence da korda bundal kete je they would then parade around all and Tata Alcalo for question and answer. In the executive committee. Alcalo, Nindula Kara, Wangatarla Waf, the Jamala Waf. Start saying stories. Go. Ye mean story mean beautiful. Mata. The Lila Jamalam Mata. Mobuka Korda Wafiban transfer of ownership. Transfer of ownership Akabo min told Alcalo. What a Ibulo notale, Idabijil. Waf, Momo Waf, any boat again Waf, it's Alcalo, you are part of the team.
So if I can Alcalo blow not a Wafi rotor.
Because Kaitol, Atala Kaitoldi. Atala Kaitoldi. So, yin no kulti mini alonko, iketa kaloti. Ni not a diaspora or SDF. VDC, it a VDC kalano remote controlled. Most of it to do. Wolko, VDC betarle tella bulokono. Niye min for VDC nyanda tamala walla mbalanta walla because mine kada ngankala alquran walla anim bakilin fakilin nyon na ku ke mi yalon ko luwa la tinya luwa min fo mbolo la laka bari fanan mbendam kula jamal la VDC mu dibite bu ngolati e kamin fo ko ndel bu kay tele inform we are not to inform those at the diaspora cabinet lom VDC bokol ko dibite bu Sanyang bete benna no fen kundo bar kabilo mo fulal ki wala nyanda sila kundo inim bulundani alikalo and then ning need the advice la from the council nga kumanda yamare
okay so
mbe forum o nyundale lo diaspora ndebe forum o dole italante dilije because ika fefen sedije ndaka account la ko alka fefen ki yani loi manta go back to local government act or Sanyang constitutional.
Now, what in their petition, your audio kile as VDC chairman?
I for audio nyenseni. Because ye mina for je ko luntang along. Mini ende tombong. They even ibe confess kana fanko bi kamera council ende tombong nyama ni silo manta. Iko tilimbali ala keje. Iko is a deal between Monchara and Boto Bojang because Boto is my friend.
But birkama ere council me tombong mole yo.
Ani ko what I'm saying ko iko ya carte fo nyim conduct nyami. Okay. Tapale ya keteje between Monchar and Boto Bojang.
Okay, because wale na rakake observer.
Exactly. You can ndiro minfo. Ntaman ndiro fo je. Ni ko nyam lundangol fo ma nyanam fa defend.
Ite mune fo yemi mira manke ndiroti because
la min fo je wala nyinte ko min ko ntamu lundangolati. Akonde faamu lundangolde ata faanata mun tumale. A faata ita min toloto. Min ko ntamu lundangolde. Ngo a fango nyin ka ata faanata mun tumale. A faata ita min toloto.
Itele wo jabero okay.
Yes.
Ika wo fole wala mu nendiroto.
Ha wala mu nendiroto. Ma fo mo bateng, ma fo mo teng. Ngo min ko ntamu lundangolde. Ala nyin ka ko nda faamu lundangolde sanya. Ata faanata mun tumale a faata ita min toloto. Mina dina ko ndanga sate bene. B Sanyang is a population of 14,000 people above. Nimba Haimana. 1/3 of Sanyang, they are supporting me. AGM, J Father Tep. And then Nagana Kumakino, Kabirin VDC started Sanyang. Akuma Santel Langana 1 year AGM. And then a master in the history of Sanyang. VDC Mandela Mansur Sanyang Miango. Every 1 year AGM can start and tell. You provide all this to the community. Ila financial report, ila activity report, ila bank statements, your 2 accounts bank statements. Akuma stand tell bodo gay. VDC sura Sanyang ko Sanyang serve 7 years. Ibalan takaji bir kamera kansula nata ka loi samandi je pour ke jindi. Ndanga min keta. Bir kamera kansula jindi. Wo bota je ko te ko wo fata bin keta. Bir kamera kansula jindi. Birin sirifo la time o mol ka balang Sanyang. Ni la 5 years o bande ka balang dol ka 7 years ke je. Ye kana mi ne ka ko te ke. Ilo ji ko te ke ka tilimbali ya ke sate la fengo ibuka hand over. Even ila financial ila bank bu ko ni ku ko to ibuka hand over. There is a VDC mi anako. Ijita le 7 years staff Sanyang hanu bi ila bank bu ko man hand over Sanyang bu. Bi ko lon stakeholder solte Sanyang.
So jani metende na lafta yena yefenne ma iko mo sabale we diaspora min lafta e control la monson.
Yes.
Who are these people and lafta mo ne control?
Sanyang UK Association na president Sadio Fofana. Sadio Fofana. Wala Sanyang UK Association na president. We come to the lands. Sanyang na reserve land fulatela waf before katangalter. Before nature come when going to the beach. Before nature come free now that on je wimilo. Satele reserve land on bijatela waf. We have the documents. Mim fama ya sang na executive committee tatale na sita. Ala transfer of ownership nga be natal. Bi wo betu awdu. Wo ko atay mim for BDC beta mala wala. Seku Kamara is the Sanyang SDF president. Look at what from Jibe. This SDF, Eco for Sanyang Development Fund for Sanyang. The president is in England. Sanyang Dumol will be yellow drone, just Kadiamu drone. But the whole executive committee is in Europe. Wall after min nga minke mbalanta wala.
Ilafta e muneke.
Wala nyinte ko directives. Boto keteng, boto nyin dundu teng, boto jana keteng, boto nyin bondi jana, boto nyin tamandi teng.
Ilafta e mune dundi e mune bondi e be mune tamandi.
Come like the daily operation administration.
Okay, I just want to come to one point. Iko Sadio Fofana, remember UK, right?
Yes.
Iko Atele, one of the land, what?
2 reserve lands.
2 reserve lands.
Ibe nyobalan.
I 2 reserve land on ying. Iko settle town, right?
Yes.
I have worked before at that Abudu.
Yes.
Time my bawa fikang, mon capacity la babulo, settle kono.
Yeah, position. I was
Position,
going to,
yeah.
I wanted to know.
Mon
because-
position na
yeah.
babulo settle kono for him to have the authority for ka settle lo wafi. And kabraya wafi also, I mean, colonying how it was spent, if you know.
Yalo, okay, kajia answer Ken work lo nyint. Mo jamana da katara ko. Ninga fo reserve land rule ninga noma. Mo sa tele reserve.
No, I just want us to be, I just want us to be specific on Stajola.
Kala stable no Sanyang.
Amanke stakeholder.
Amanke stakeholder.
VDC or nothing.
Amantara VDC, amanke stakeholder no.
Just from Sanyang.
Just Sanyang dingolo.
Sanyang Dingo, exactly.
But nita tajibe. Sa tele reserve land do from jele mo ya waf mi yaron ko lundangolo Sanyang silalo.
We are wafi.
Yes.
But okay, ima what to follow. But in particular guy.
Sadio amanke VDC do body.
Okay.
Amanke stakeholder de Sanyang. Sadio kabira waf amam benta la VDC tenyo fe abenta lamin bojang.
Okay.
Abonta wala wato fe. lamine ko be normal bari min tata ke lamine asamal le fo sefo ya bunjur sefa den lamine dabo bije mo saman kayto aben telbulle bari min tata ke lumina lamine nyanda kabiri lamine la fakiti ko sila sajo kamma muni yalon koy bulo nota ko nyen kono walla bantam bilta ko nyaaka
ko be nyaadi
wala nyinti ko idunta alifal kam ka fa alifal ko because ne lan isu jibe satele communion wallan alifal bulunda ani alikalo wala marta communion wallan wala sare kabila lulo wala nyiri saflanol bonde this was 20 years ago Sanyang alifal la dakota ko kabila risaflano bonde pour soma kamala nim man sakunda la fa fellola isa do kun tuje ya dila wala na bini dara Sanyang man sakunda lo roke dawoda Sanyang la risaflano lo amma me fon sate dula di immigration na ye dula lo je pour ID card di dula Sanyang police station bedam sate la risaflano la all the schools
okay
so among the stakeholder di Sanyang a wafu tilimbal yala kono bari ndaka min fango chodi wala mini ka kayto di comme la ninte bota ge dara ndaba Sanyang ndara wulo kono nga dula suma ka ke Sanyang nga wandi dula suma nga waftu babo ya mi yala ko man Sanyang lo bari yalo ni man kayto so wafuro te kala mi ye kayto dinna wala famu kurumate
Sai kabrin kodonyi na ko kala nyalde kodonyi do you know anything kabrin kebal si da sai okay ko na ko nyim bang kiti ku kana tambije so do you know whether kodonyi me alon ko ay wafiro kala it comes to the community
kaje sutende wala nyinde ko mbe min kankula la da wala Sanyang na reserve land lulo ne wafuta bi mbe diamo le tembo min dimaso na AGM lo ngafo alfali ko lafta na le si dimaso lo wani alkalo wodu la lulo be mini ye waf nye lonne mini ye sang nye lonne mbe kiti ko sela because we VDC documents wodu la lulo be la kaytol ben telbul biring alfali kadi ye kayto min dada foy be bul kabila dula min dila kabila alfali e bul kumbal laje wo kaytol ben telbul
so yo be sambala
kiti pour dula ni ne muru sate kam
okay so sai
la ko be sambala kiti yo VDC be sambala kiti yo
wolon Sanyang VDC lon Sanyang
ha no biya niafo yalon itele be lo renja yana san se afo ko na VDC be sambala kiti yo niafo VDC mo be yalon ko Sanyang le VDC
yes
yana san pour for clarity doron
yes.
because ni sita jang yafo be sambala modo se side
VDC be sambala
modo se sije aka foko boto ko abe alfal sambala kiti yo
VDC be sambala kida kanim fana ka jese daddi min ye dula waf mbolla sambala kida VDC bolla sambala kida not ko alfal o boto be sambala kida
okay so saying yalong ila about this audio nendiro be min fokan iko what they were discussing wala nyindi ko about the health post min lota Sanyang iko ba fokay ko iti credit di gaj global damal at the time okay and UK Allah UK chapter Sanyang na UK chapter contribution o kijele I think it all fana ye kodo dundi jele so the alkalo fana I think 25,000 bari at that place it you fully mentioned gaj and they were not happy with that
kana odo wala bungolo lota loptano do ni dunda Sanyang loptano do mara karola follow to Sanyang musol ni dara nos every Monday kasi bandale ni sama be kera ka ko le akubati bungo nyimmeta jeela bara koto batale atara fala ta boyla alkalo na rafa ko fewo fe nima kumas pura do ko ka kole yale alkalo na ko do ndije asta
ay jele du nije
alkalo ko wala kano se alkalo min ndije
ay ko do di jumala
o wato man tel taraje
okay
ikanyimi be fo kare nyinge man tel taraje last year nantenata 28 June 2024.
Okay.
To put things into perspective, it although not last year. Al karbringa benala VDC do executive lebijeno and no chairman do lebijeno. So your election no file K it a winter.
Yes.
Sign, did you guys have a proper handing over from the then VDC
to
your own?
Then I have to answer a question of force.
Yeah.
Then I'll come to yours.
No, because I'm trying to link things. You understand?
Because okay, let me clear that.
Exactly.
Handing over man can tell you. The reason why handing over man can tell you wala nyindo. Wo VDC ni. Ini balanda la kete ko ite jila. Honorable Boto Bojang have to take them to Brikama Area Council.
Because they've served how many years?
I think 6
Okay.
or 7 years.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Kabiri in Brikama Area Council Gindi, Sate na tax force latombo, headed by Honorable Abdukoli. War tax force wolfane karwo la kaje. Purka kiskisiro ke lamin nakula. Walla karworo banta daming. Wo time wole wolfana nata tombondiro nata ke carte fo nata ke nata gagné. Nata handing over ke.
Okay, about this health Franconia.
So you have an handing over from
Yes,
the tax force.
from the tax force.
Tax force, correct.
Yes.
Okay.
So what building on you? Kabirin del nata we wrote to Gach. Puri ma ko ngo bu mo doku. Because be chandin na meta chandin. Honorable Boto Boja was even part of the team pour ka Gach that. Wolu mo meeting mo nyim fon akata Sanyang Loptano to Bokar Jawro was present at that meeting. Dafa mo meeting attend. Because wolu mo dafa nantara VDC represent meeting dolla. Wobe kala wato minna. Atarante manke kiyamano. I was the secretary. Musola tarta nunje John Sabasilla. Watara wolbe chairperson ya VDC. Woy kar woro le kaje. So kabiri ni gajnata fenga gajnata mina foy ko sa al budgeto dada. Budgeto mi yalon ko nyimbugo do kula la pura be bang. Sate nata budget dada. Ngamollo tombo mi yalon ko la budgeto min dada. Kabiri budgeto nyin dada atata kanya $942,000. Force among $942,000 on yimbe senande. A force sending minke $500,000 yola transfer or handing over to Sanyang Loptano. Then John Sabasilla lebije. Kabiru
As the head of the tax force.
no, John Saba has the head of the VDC.
But I could VDC in Bodile. That was Lamin Bojan Yolabinji.
Kabiri Lamin Botaje. John Saba Lanara, John Sabasilla.
Okay, as the
In
tax
the
force.
committee, I was the secretary.
As the tax force, as interim committee.
Has the new VDC.
So that is different from the camera, a tax force committee melody. It's different from that one.
No, it's different.
The
Tax
6 month
force in
one.
VDC Fatatal.
Okay.
So because that needs clarity.
Yeah, I need, yeah.
The ones that overstayed and Brikama Area Council ye bondi.
Ha.
You understand? Then your tax force keji.
Your tax force keja kabirin tax force la do ko banda.
6 months.
6 months. Handing over kada mimbulu. Well, John Sabasila, but
How
I was
did-
part of the team.
So how
The
did John
secretary.
Saba, how
So
do
that
you
was
guys
an election.
How do you guys come up selecting John Saba?
Okay, John Sabala's selection was not selected by the Kafo Kabilo representative. I think Monchar Fango confessed in the election there. John Saba Bulundala selection. Okay. But VDC representative, no more following select was used for Jasi. No use for Jasi la select. Kabirin Karte Fed and tell them Maltima. Become a council man. Minya Karte you conduct the tax force in Adafoko. The Bulunda have to confirm or reject. After 3 days, in order use for reject.
Based on what?
Iko use for Bulundangalati. Iman reason for but ndella miralo na jero all on dalilo.
But there's no written reason for that.
There is nothing that was written.
Okay.
Mbije after some days, Kabirin Delunga used for select, sorry, John Sabalakala advised. So Kebal Kabir used for reject, in order John Sabatombo. Because John Sabasa will keep passing.
But also,
And you serve as secretary at that time?
Yes.
Before the election?
Bulunda have the power to approve,
Confirm.
to confirm within 3 days. Is it part of Allah Sanyang Kosuzo?
Kabir used for reject, then more challenge back because ni be korosiro kala back. Ni loi fulul. Ni local government act landijam. Ye sanya na constitutional landijam. Nin sanya na constitutional ko carte manya na faila. Kebal na nyanda benne bo totombo. Birkama era council local government akko carte la nyanda faila pour ka bota kay tombo. Wala nyanda lola.
Because there was
Nyimbe nyim kotone.
Ha, anda ko.
Nyimbe nyanda lola.
Ha.
Wala na carte faila won dela carte faila mon jari ko indi la ko. Alka to mondro ka nyamin sanya ni loi manta. Loi ko kabila nyanda mo fulal kila musu kilin ke kilin. walla nyanta dunna bum kono ya kiyamano tombong ni ya kiyamano tombo itel dam bal kono is na palaf doldi secretary assistant secretary treasurer
So those ones are not elected positions.
wal fanan kar bululin do la ka ken del dam maltim
It's
is
elected.
elected
Elections are done for all those
Exactly.
positions. So kabring yo wo muso select bulunda wo muso John Saba. John Saba. Ite keta secretary.
Yeah.
Ite keta secretary nyadi.
bululin do la ka del dam mal kono
It was election.
Okay, it was election
Yes.
also.
bululin do
But,
la
but,
ka del
but,
assist
but that election was not in conformity with the local government act, but then the constitution.
local government act
No, parce que mol mango jang saba tombong di.
No.
Alpha Lea.
Apana ye bulul ndokay. Apana yele.
No,
John
hold
Saba yele.
on.
And John Saba was the assistant. John Saba was the assistant. But left ka dama do ñun ka wala ñu ko. Ka bring elka use for select. Fale use for la selection o kala haspa. Ite la selection o keta ñame comme like the Kabila 28 o ñing. So ale 24 Kabila ñing. Fo ale selection o ka ñame. Use for ning John Saba la committee me alon ko ita mujje secretary. Fo ale o ka ñame anita tame alon ko wala keta just recently just last year for akite kilometer ba pamanga kili.
use for when for use for that no oppose
There was no election.
no moment so mil
Okay, so we have
because
to
use for
move.
him sorry staff right use for him mil loda inata fundi bandale ida mal kachata ni no nata bula use for nata ganye use for nata tambi.
Okay, that is
The
like
act-
no. So you are explaining about
Kara, Kim Ngiam Lungu
okay.
interject.
Min-
That's important.
I just want to interject. The act is clear, is very clear.
Yes.
In fact, the act doesn't act changing local government act mang karte fayo sembentu ya VDC la maralo kono. You know, the wordings is very important here. The act ko select, they should select amongst themselves the key person. That's what the act says. That's what I want to make clear. Act ko al kono kabilo la mofula
Ha.
ne al nata al ka futa nyoma wol kono idam mal se nyo tombong isa mo kilen tombong select yake kia pasinoti
Okay.
Not
Okay.
elect.
not elect. It's
Okay,
select.
but side new Gail Mansonyola, people are interested. There must be election.
Of course, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
But for me, what I don't understand here, you know, whether the act also recognized the bulunda. Because according to them, you know, even though when they do the selection or the election, this bulunda,
Yeah.
bulunda have to endorse or reject. And whoever they reject, which means you cannot be part of it, and then somebody else will. Because that is what has happened between that guy and the lady. Because
No,
when they
I think-
rejected the guy,
I think-
that's how the lady came.
No, for what them started to you.
Yes. Monchara has made it clear. Ko Sanyang na constitution on I mean draft. There is a lot of gaps. Gaps jamal labije. Monchare wo declare jelo ko VDC and in community development. In fact, we were trying to have such a training and then a constitution on final review and all the relevant stakeholders within the community. Constitutional because niaji be gab jamal labije. Aning ulla fanando constitution on mi alongo. Aning luani silo manta. Because ni anani luani silo manta. Like niko representative sole min tombong. E min select. So iko ibe la moila lo koteke bulunda ni a confirm wole we kara kiamano ni a reject then what kara no kiamano.
But remember Nico representatives, you need to understand Bulunda.
Okay.
But
we have to move on from this
Yeah,
point
near
now.
Bulunda
We have to-
let me get a point.
But
Okay.
why we're talking about the law here
Yeah.
also.
No, the law is talking, when the law says select,
now,
and the law is talking about the villages.
But
Okay.
let me clear what building on Intel Kabir Internet has a Kiaman, 28 July 2024. The remaining balance into the $442,000. Gaji yola transfer to our Vista Bank account. Pour building on laba.
Okay, but water it only has started already.
Water has started just at this level.
Sorry.
Okay, so alkalo in this UK chapter la kodo dunda wal.
Yes.
Okay.
So Gajna Dalabang, meaning a total of $942,000 if gajo la spend je kabira be banda ndella nata lungo tombom pour ka dulani inaugurate nga gaj safe nga rekalo safe nga stakeholder sol min bebe Sanyang be safe nata fango jalo ta nga essence o dala para kana da kona kankularo nga ma wo time wala kiyanda kala wato ti mi yarango alkalo nyan nan ta kuma la foje ko building no nyin former VDC nyin na spend je Sanyang UK association nyin na spend je ndafana nga nyin na spend je ndemota na file kono matter in any record andu monena ma fanya ko Sanyang UK association nyin na spend je before bungo ka yele nga artist ofena pura safaro ka je proudly sponsored by Gaj Global Company nga fourth date min famuda pour inauguration oni jawra na da fo nga date min fali ako because wolu ngai lun tangol le sudan ala fa bungu nya fa ngoy ma beje pour ka daile ala fa ngala family bena ndata lungu nyim fali kabiri lungu falin lumbi nga lungu fali nga alkalo ni sa de kebal be ko man be do ko lungu nyim falin dalaw sa nga mutani lung karle la wo lungu le ndata bungu nyim daile we wrote a letter nga send honorable boto bojay ngal kalo inform sate kebal nga kankularol ke mol nata e bentaje Jawara himself was there with the whole ala two brothers ala manager ani ila lawyer bungo nyi nata kabirim bungo yela ta pareta SDF ndabe nun jela al forum nata lamol moy dol ba falan nin nata banna salola be pentro sanale ali academy proudly sponsored by Gaj mbabe pentur la because ndel nga nanyi nangam ke jelen ndel nga nangam ke jelen nko bari ndemo kalam ndeni na committee ndel na mo kalam da mo ne man tel kuma ka faale nyi nekje anu hala dro fana ke akeba la ni da ko 50,000 ke ni 900 almost a million ke je VDC min dundi je wala siata der ka bin claim fay VDC la to sabe je
ade 55,000 ke je
yes VDC almost $262,000 yola da pass je wo building no nyinto
the then VDC
the present
ite
ndala la bang na VDC la bang $262,000 but VDC man safa wall bala akeba la ngo ko buwo bum sponsor mo kilinda mabu ko do kaje dol fon bi na le attention di dol be konton sanal dol bi na do ko la traje keme sabadi la keme nan di la keme lul di la
so the reason Ale Boubacar Jawara kije because he's an outsider
and not
the market.
Okay.
Atala tinna
Can I clarify one thing?
Okay.
Ko Boubacar Jawara $900,000.
yes
And that $900,000 was covering Alfred pour comme un sponsor al not le mole estimation locally.
Yes.
Mbe bon ban.
yes
So that for almost 900 and some plus. So ningo estimate okay sa and you go Boubacar I 500 someone before and like a 400.
for
So what stage did VDC under your leadership pay 200,000 for
ni tata budget o nyinjibe kabire budget o da mbe fendan dam fole min yalon koy me capture budget o nyin kon
Okay.
soko way
Okay.
amam capture budget o nyin kon peram ngaminda da banda ne building o nyinjibe nga tep tep ola da banda nga be tile pour ni musol man kum kono o ni mi la fe la ye fanyo ni nyin kono ma to la kanaje mo ka je ni tata budget o nyum fana jibe toilet clean na include taje ndel nada another toilet ke outside so ngo toilet on be kono to no sol so use mimbe outside mini kana dimbale mini kana sa use
Thank you.
so nyin na tinna VDC la ko do dum taje
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, somebody
You wanna
wanted
make
to say
it
something.
No, it's all right.
Okay.
Stop
All right,
calling
so
me
Sai.
Singare, not some other boy.
God.
just say PRO
Can we write on a paper and
Of
give
course,
it
yes.
to
I think it works. To be honest.
I'm very
To be
sorry.
honest, it works.
So Sai,
Singate will walk away there.
Seriously,
so Sai, lafta minna because iba fokat ne fananko the Sanyang Deep Sea la tax force. There was a tax force.
yes
Min lora. But you dissolve that tax force. Okay?
don't
Well,
well
this-
I dissolve it.
No, they
No,
say
he's talking
you
about
dissolve.
what they say.
VDC,
Yes.
Is the accusation.
I am quoting from what they said
Okay.
in the petition
Yes.
that they wrote to the Brikama Area Council. Okay? Ikoya dissolve le, and you included yourself and one person at all BJ. So what can I do?
you know yalong fe wo feng ni man nyinin karo ka ta koyle la ngamo la si jambi banin sa fo duniya fanam hadama dingo dole bije nyin jiyo ni ko nyim mina di ba fala tul sero nyin nyim be mulde ni ko mina ba fala tul sero de no ko jiyo no mo ko jiyo no dal ba kam min fo dal la ka balambar son no mo wole ala the different steering committee and task force committee inyanta in difference la na bakel kabirim berela kanake kabirim ye VDC safi ko nga ñillun kar la muta on the 5th July June laftana la berela la Gambia Ports la staff ra ministry of works la VDC safi e ko bari ye 30 ye starting in organizing committee la tombong mom wani woro bari la fa Sanyang VDC fana mo nani e tombong ye la feka I see more tan sabala one organizing committee that event day and before the event near
but it only mean tombong ibuta minto e manke Sanyang multi
itele min tombong e manke Sanyang ko
okay
itele min tombong mixed the Ministry of Works
okay it all them
yes,
okay
Gambia Ports bije President's office bije President's advisor
the stakeholders
exactly
meeting killing nake wolu ngona fangon del dam male nyoje du sanol be bo meeting dula sekumbalo wol say something say they can will be able meeting dula
Dusano
yes
and Sekumbalo
yes
yeah that the political advisors boy it was a political event
so ndelfana mbisi ndelfana nga meeting wala nga mona tombo nga mona no min tombo wala the chairman
is Dusano part of that committee
yeah
okay
is a deputy political chairman
even DGB mini be haftan blondika buluru ngodo they are the organizing committee musol light blue kel blue wala organizing committee ndelnata mona na tombo from VDC according to letter nyin ya fonyami wo mona no ntelo na PRO Lamin Jaju second vice Maimuna Seidi and then Kajabayo wala women representative in the VDC ntel nyi mona no ntel tata pour kata meeting aten
are those people part of
Mamadou Bojan Major Mamadou
Boja is in Sanyang
and
then kata Minister of Interior to the Jamel Time and then kata Commissioner to the
but don't bafaga you will involved in this Cabrier this yard tax force in this
ntenimbe diamula I believe evidence I can show you in my mobile the whole 30 members with the organizing committee ranging from the minister himself Ibrahim Asilla can have the last person the list is in my mobile
okay so lefa ñin kala mel say
ala bam follow
ya jibe wo list ko no faybe mejo boja njela jele there is no single committee in Sanyang VDC and any committee whereby Major Boja is part of that committee a committee de Sanyang kono mi yalan ko Major is part of that committee Major kamin ke wala na every meeting akanale advise di ay yamaro di because mi no Sanyang bulunda wala ko ye Major tombonne pour ñi saté ko ada do je because a 40 le tellement 40 ndelbe ko ku fa taman la na bota bantala authorities ni nga pass bulunda kam Major la kuma na be kare a fare a free
okay.
But there is no single committee being tax force ngamin tombon pour poro la the steering committee poro et the organizing committee poro Major to committee to
okay lefa ñin kala mel na wala ñin ko alors ye sapé le ko VDC be mona sama ila VDC but alla ñing deep sea committee mi an ko ala form I believe ko wolel ni ministry tatanu ka communicate regarding alla ñi relocation ko ñina so kabri you to safi as a VDC do you inform that task force committee ko lu electa kana ko ñi yelele but they want the VDC to select 4 people pour que la fongo ñun oh and again il a 4 people ñun kon is there any member you understand me ya lonko is a representative of the deep sea task force committee
letter ko be je folo dabela letter of ko dana je letter ko VDC din nani wala ba safere letter ko I have that copy of the letter ama fako mo kilim tombon from task force mo kilim tombon yako VDC din nani organizing committee information about poro la berela lumina ministry adin Gambia Masakunda lungo londi on the 5th June ye kuru wala sam Gambia Ports Authority la kuru fenan sanya in fact they were late yentela call pour ngo kuru sanni nata ye kodo nyi sende unko how many kilo ko 4 kilo I sent somebody to go and buy 4 kilo. Sanyang alifali bele benda wolon community library nga AGM okeda. Alikalo bije. Funding kel bije, VDC bije. Gambia Ports ko inata bu ñaar kuru wala fenan ko julu karo tirilulu. President kana berela la min beden din Sanyang Deep Port la. Pour Sanyang ko fanan sa kalamda isa kan kula Sanyang. Yalon ko kuru tala ñadi. Wo kuro kabirin diamo be keta wol be fayda nyokan duwal be keta nata kuro kabila talale Sanyang kabilo kabila 24 ma kuro tala sam wanni fe nani tema ngal kalo ta bonni ni sate ke bal bulunda momo ngadila police station other institutions and school
Bo.
nata kuro nyin tala wala nyama
Gay. Yep, special committee sort of apart from VDC. Ming yalon ko yalon ni for this deep sea thing. Committee jalla be Sanyang. Min be marala ni deep sea ko. Yalla ko committee min dissolve. Me, I understand that very well.
That is the task force
No,
committee.
in fact, it's an ad hoc committee.
Yeah.
Because niaje mbo fokan. Yaje marché o membe, marché ko do men lo breakama. Kabari ba abe inaugurate la in Silfo Sonko Stein. The same thing like that. The composition was the same. In fact, the Lakata with some other staff, Kata Ministry of Works, Kata meeting already. Wala na kabira ko aso bi jamba ke buluro just now, right?
Yes.
They are accustomed to that. Anyway,
Yeah.
so we will understand. We ad hoc like it. We specifically for an event. At the dawn of the event, they are out.
Yeah.
Fine. But other than that, for any other committee, so that me along go specifically, the issue is to work on or to either serve as a liaison officer between the central government and the people of Sanyang about that deep sea.
Yes, what on Montana. Kabirin on the 20 September, Kabirin Gambia Port Sanyang Safeko ilafana la community sensitization about this port. What they followed the Birkama era council. Kabiri da Birkama era council in other meeting. Honorable Boto Bojan Nata Foyoko. Alnyan Tanala Sanyan ne Kadum, Uanyan Takala Sanyan, Yan. Kabirin mo meeting ke telephone VDC nga sate kumandi meeting wala. Bi alkalo sate alifal stakeholder solni be kumandi. Ko fenna kanake Sanyang mi anko aduno warta bake. Asembo warta. VDC da mata ke no. Sate alifal ni alkalo nata nteni na committee sasko nga committee tombo VDC la committee tombo committee follow nga min tombo atata kanya mom one killing 21 wo 21 people o min tombo ndano mejo boja mbo committee kono me kabere nga committee nyin declare mejo fon nata fako nga to bon DJ you atemanta staff in any committee he can only be an advisor because I don't go in ministerial I got alone administration alone you will just be an advisor.
So was he part of the technical advisory committee?
No, this is different from technical advice. This is task force. Let me explain.
No, maybe now was he part of that committee?
No.
Okay,
no,
continue.
Okay. So another fonga alkalo fanam bon DJ committee nyim kon alkalo ko advisor. But inata yamaro min di wala nyintiko ngamo min nanga motomba siatale.
Joale yamaro wala.
Walon alkali and major ko monyin siatale. At least nga drop nan to 10 or 11. VDC nata murun kote ke nga meeting ke nga jibe nga tame. Wo mo mwanning kilo be jamal la drop la je be jamal la fenke la je. VDC la na ro tombon droke. Because this committee Minyanta Lola is going to serve as a subcommittee on the VDC doing their work and then they have to report back to VDC. Nara motan nin killing tombo. Wo motan nin killing kono. VDC dim fulala bije. Nte bijele. Na secretary bije. Puru. Every action, every meeting, every movement, ayanta minute solbe talal. Walla naga do ko kumas. Ndella kata minister ya meeting wala. In fact, the whole committee found na manta minister ya meeting wala. Nim minister meeting on beka abukata mimo nanna. First meeting on Mikara Minister Molu Latata. Honorable Boto Boja is part of the committee. Or tax force committee is part of the committee. First meeting on Yaka Minister, or then Tata Human Rights Commission meeting on Bakadaji. But the second, I was part of the team, minister, I wouldn't tell more for that. Myself and then Dr. Sidu.
What committee dissolved, Telefarm and dissolved?
Committee man dissolved.
It's still working.
Yes.
Fine, no problem.
No, I'm not going to ask, but let me learn. Committee man dissolved. What happens was, your meeting was okay, in my absence. My secretary was not there. The chairman of the committee is Dr. Sidu Sanyang. Your meeting was okay in my absence. Wolu mumtefanga dokula Sidu yemkola akonye bari nyosa bole bijanka mu nyosa. Akonye some are complaining ko you are not part of the committee. Ngoje e konte committee ko afo ita list o jibe. Ani jama la committee tombo, VDC la committee tombo. Akonye no nyosa bole bije ndekola ko you are part of it dol ko no yemantara committee ko. Wolu ngale another extra 4 people la fa committee ko.
Yere bondije.
Imam bondije yentuje.
Okay, dol la fa je.
Yo mo nano min beke je. Mo sabo be tubaw dule. Wala nyim fitina bondela se camera malan jay and then Kintaba Sanyang inata Yankuba Sise la faje. So kabaroje Yasin use follow him call my secretary because Yasin page on use for him call akonye koje chairman for biwe no meeting dula nka no mantara meeting dula be dokula akonye ya committee nyi ya la fale mo nan la faje nka no manja naka ni ya nyosa bo ka wo mo nano mi la fataje nko ye bondi je because committee mi yaran ko be do ko kala ni sangan nim man sakunda la tema bimbe den nim poro la kula tuwawdu mi be tuwawdu mo saba mi na be wol sila je for every meeting bina ticket jola onin kata feel work la
but abatu dorong bari yalo ite mantara no meeting dola mole ye ko mandi ay wo fo ite fanan kay ko wo man nyanna kila i nyanne bondila yenatan bari fo ite tata no committee kono ila forum moto wala yemitino soto i tata je ya nyinin ka fanan dalilo juma le yake yewol dundi je andum ite fanan ye dalilo dila pour munatin i nyante bondila je ima nyanna kela je.
Okay. Dalila follow yemin follow fo atombonya ani minatin ne tombong.
Just clarify you follow. No, I'm sorry. Just clarify you follow. You heading up to something very important.
Yes.
Kafoni. Abe function kan na bang famantara function kan.
Abe function kan.
During the time they were writing you later.
Science thing as we speak.
Which letter?
No.
Ako science thing fa function.
Abe function kan.
Excluding wo mo nanu kadi.
Abe function kan.
So mo nanu la ko la bandanya.
Committee man tas. Committee kada nyami ari soful tale.
Ale o mo nanu bondije.
Mo nga falindiro lake. Mo mo le bondije. Nata modol keje.
Ale mo nanu la bondije.
Yes.
Al nata modol
keje.
Milbe Sanyang. Okay. All right.
But it's important also to clarify here because when those people were being selected, you were not there.
No, he can clarify.
You were not there, right? And again, you are not the chairperson of this task force.
Yes.
Right? You are not. But you are the chairperson of the
VDC.
So at the end of the day, chairperson and some other people saw the need to include those people and they were put there, right? So now my question is, when those people were now being removed and other people put in, did it follow the same process that they were put in and reasons given why they were going to be removed and other people put in there?
To answer that question, simple and straightforward. Nene, that task force committee is a subcommittee under VDC.
Yes.
According to the Act.
Yes.
The task force committee was selected by the VDC.
Right.
So, ni tate do ko ke ibe do ko mas sembe table min sa tandila ko itel nyanda mo nan tombon na kala fa committee ka ni itel ni sula da modol la inyanda muruna VDC la ka fa alliance sasle bandel ngaje ko human power need the extra 4 people.
Right.
VDC la nyanto mo nan tombon.
Right.
And then ni tata act nyim fananji bes any subcommittee under VDC mse falindiro ke no jele nsa tas do la fananga committee do tombo nga to diala.
Yeah.
But it matters nga falindiro la keje.
Okay. So I have a lot of.
My problem is, I know we have to move on because it needs to be clear because I know these particular people will watch the program. You understand? And we need to be very clear, because at the end of the day, I want to understand who has the power and where the power lies.
That's
because
what he said. He said the VDC has the power.
The directive.
When the select committee and they have the power.
The directive is from the VDC. Because Kabrim VDC a committee tombong. The TOR is there. TOR dadatale. And then do ila mandate ila do ko mindi wala nyindiko. Ibe feo fenkela. Mini year tombong VDC. It have to be in consultation with the VDC.
Yeah, but I have a point that
because you remove 4, you put another people.
That's what I'm saying. I understand. I understand what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Post selection about that committee. Post selection about that committee. VDC main selection of 21 people, according to you.
Yes.
21 people are all select. But Kabale committee in someone to Kebal or whatever, or Kabale committee in form.
Not Kebal, the general, the major, and then the alkali.
The major
2
and the
people
alkali.
advise and say, take me out, but reduce more.
That is not you. Now, that's not the VDC now. That is now the Bulundalu and the mayor. Wolu, they use their LLE power to tell you or to advise you to reduce it to 11 people. You understand? Now, that subcommittee also of 11 people, the care of the committee now. You understand? Also, there's a need to put the diaspora, because one thing we need to make very clear here, the diaspora are very key players in our every development. So maybe this might be the reason of those people seek, let's put our other development partners, because one, the care of the UK, the Sanyang UK chapter, you understand, is one of the development committee in Sanyang. The care of the SDF is another development committee. So you understand, you as the care for the VDC, one, I believe, you can write and ask for an explanation why they are putting these people into the committee. But I don't know whether you have done that, you understand, or you've not done that. And your secretary, your secretary also was part of the people who were having the meeting at that very moment.
And made the decision.
And made decision. And you were not there at the very moment. So I expect your secretary need to give you a written document, the minutes of the meeting menketa, and you respond as per the minute menketa. If I look today, you'll be more vindicated. But I'm not just saying that we are not vindicated. But this is one of my points here. And Senada is raising you one very important point.
Okay, now, from then we understand, it is meaningful. Whether Nathra I understand is Millennium Falindro, but Mille Falindro model Lafaji, they don't have the powers.
Yes.
Luama Sembo dealer. Now, because this committee is selected by the VDC, right? VDC like a selection, okay, and we told you committee for select. So you sembe kilingole soto to remove these people and add another people, and Luai Sembo dealer to add people in this committee. That's what you did. Understand.
Buba, this is just like any subcommittee under VDC. VDC have more than 10 subcommittees. We have a subcommittee on education, agriculture, community policy, youth empowerment.
With regards to that subcommittee, mind please, mantara diamo kan council toyar. Just mana hakilma ya mbole fay so don't kana miracle ninga fem for am representing the council. I think when the time comes,
or you are siding with either.
Yeah. Just please. Na mira roto subcommittee yalam Sanyang kabila morning nani la bi ye motan nani ani say soto ila committee kono plus other people, extension workers, many people with expertise. Okay, you will be an average. So danaka niya jibete la committees nyanta tala mota woro nyontole. Kodi? Almost 60. One nyanta sura la jele because considering Sanyang abanyame, we all know. Now, no problem over there. Wolo nyintiko. Subcommittees, yes, VDC nyanta subcommittee sura la. Saita lo subcommittee, ika select nya dile. Ani ika jumal le select.
Ndeboto buka selection ke.
No, ninko ete. Because I mean VDC.
Yes. Come like ni aja ngofo because media alone we have to clear. Those are for boto ge ka tala ni subcommittee ka.
Alla VDC.
Yes.
Subcommittee. Alka jumal le select.
VDC subcommittee kabrin be to mbonna lummin. Meeting wala kata VDC. VDC meeting wala ke the whole committee mo tan nan sewbe nga bundal londe min yalla ko bundal la fa subcommittee to bonna wolle like health, education, agriculture. Ndel fa madam mal kono VDC. Section 1 section nada expert will be like for instance na education committee mimma kiyamanoti tijalo nada telo tombo nga kenna education committee la kiyamanoti na teacher so lol bulandi je bari within the schools fana min be sanyang no modol tombo ngi bulandi committee ni
wol manke kabilo la representative faulty
yes.
wol manta VDC la main executive
exactly.
kono
Exactly.
Okay.
Like if you go to Sanyang primary school, the second vice Sanyang Dingolong is in the education committee.
okay
Okay, the mothers club, the president is in the education subcommittee. Education subcommittee. Okay, neither the agriculture finance subcommittee. VDC do will be the mini alonko London soro agriculture finance. Mo bi jemi alonko aba study ka ngata fanan kenya ton koti je.
bala wo fana wanke kabilo la representative
No, wo mu kabilo represent coming for
okay
Bari na garden bato Sanyang na garden ba mi anko is under VDC. Nga mol fanan dol to bonjele mi anko be committee kon. Mi anko feo fe mammo be mamambe kala min be den Sanyang garden bala ini wol be la nyanda sola nyokam pour ka tamande ko garden ola ko. Okay, ni na health. Na second vice Maimuna Sidi no solo. Atolo health la nyaton koti. But Neo subcommittee Fanajibe, in charge of the hospital, Umar Balle, is part of the committee. Public health, committee.
so in a nutshell
Yes.
ila kabilo executive mumebe mo 48 they are all engaged
Yes.
be executive official position also
Position also.
hanata misalo fe modol ka bonam banta pour kana ke ka fima ka doko ke
Yes.
I have a point here yaje coming out for jamming I'm not speaking on behalf of Brickamania Council yalo VDC la ko sensitive tabakel
Yeah.
and I think governance mu fennet mi yalo ka kumata bakel na society kono this present generation of governance anin nunto la governance fatata because why nunto jamaka miracle they are the alpha and omega whatever they said that's what's supposed to be but here then we said democracy sign yalo say maralo be nyame akamtele ko nisi kanta la ulo kon yalla bu kata mila din sol nyaato e katra din sol komale say maralo bo la nyama ndanga VDC so na sa de and I'm privy to a lot of informations about VDCs within West Coast region kujama ba le ka foto na tablo kan yo bari yaje this subcommittees tande nde na position in fact you as the chairman na position ebe conflict la you are the head of that institution the supreme any subcommittee na binala itam manya na direct executive position soto laji man fe understand la because otherwise ebe kala the referee ebe kala the player tele at the same time the referee I hope you understand my question.
All right, I respond in way. Yeah, I understand.
I understand me for near subcommittee libeji be ninga tara e coming from nga kafaham. Subcommittee tije mi yalonko Ablai Botege is a member of that subcommittee. Ndamantara subcommittee.
And always the last subcommittee where you are a member. The task force.
The task force subcommittee. Because dalilo mi adnante include taje wala nyinde ko. Lot of signings, signatories, signing min be nyande kala. Operation on yinkono. VDC la nyanta sign. VDC kiamano la nyanta sign na atala nyanta stamp. And then also, pujama fanam bije ministry, it comes directly to me. Near the letter of jibe, it comes directly to me because Kabirin see that as with the task force, without lawyer Lamin Jedabo. The first question lawyer meaning where am I getting the directive from? The task force, Sanyang as a community, the VDC.
That's how it's supposed to be.
Yes. So eba jala kujama kanantele ya aning fenjama fanam bije ntaka tara timo nyinkono ni ya tamandi.
So apart from that
apart from
committee-
wo committee ni
Ah.
committee ti je ndemu member ti dani
No, but you should,
except
you should be a natural member in all committees, but not a position holder.
Except the organizing committee. Namanga organizing committee and then the task force committee. Task force committee, I'm a member there. But all task force committee for position then the
Okay, so
but you're
Sanyang-
still a member in there. But the point here, I agree, right, with Singata. The point here is hang on, being the chairperson of the VDC, because the VDC now oversees every other committee, whether ad hoc or permanent, whatever it is, still falls under the VDC. And the VDC now holds the oversight mandate on every committee that functions in there. So now, if I am the chairperson of the VDC, right, and I am a member, whether I hold a position, an executive position in the subcommittee or whatever, ad hoc or permanent, I'm still here. The VDC oversees these people. If we're supposed to check their work, it comes back to the VDC. If I am a member, we do something, and then that thing supposed to come to the VDC for us to check and balance and tick or whatever. This is where the conflict comes, because there is no way I will hold myself accountable, even whether it's good or not. Once I'm part and parcel of the decision, if it's wrong in the eyes of the VDC, I am compromised there. And that is why I am saying, or he's also saying, that you should not be part of any of these three, because everything they do comes back to the VDC to be scrutinized and be held accountable. So for proper governance and proper administration and leadership, you just stay away. Because when you trust people and give them to do something, you trust them enough that when they come back to report to you, you'll be able to, hold them to account without fear or favor. Yeah. You know what I mean? Even in that committee, the organizing committee, they come to the VDC, wrote a letter. You could have chosen other people and you stay out. Because when they're ready, they're going to come back to report to the VDC. How are you going to hold them accountable in case they have done stuff that is not in line with the mandate or the interest of the VDC? But you were part and parcel of it until you wore the blue, whether the light or the dark blue, but you wore a blue, right? Exactly. So in the task force also, now the question is, it's not functional, it is functional. And where I had a problem is, you were not in that meeting, but you were called. But you sat here and said, you straight away told the person, Imanyan na wokela, sambe bondilale. So that was you talking. And do you solely have the powers to make decisions that we are going to do this, we're not going to do this? It would have been better if you said, oh, okay, this is what they did. All right, let's call up an emergency VDC meeting.
And then that's what have been done.
No. But you said you told the person on the phone when they called you.
Yes,
so basically, you have already influenced the decision.
But we summon a meeting.
No, but what I'm saying is,
yes,
you have already influenced, because already you have taken a position. And I'm sure the person that you were talking to on the phone will share the same views, because the person already know your stance on that. And when you come to talk about it, the person likely might share the same stance and view. So you have already compromised the process. And the other issue I have also is, if you had said, okay, we chose 21. They said, no, 21 is too much. Let's bring it down to 11. And it was justified. Now you agree on 11. They started their work. Now during the work, they saw the need to include. They included, and you were informed. You say, no, let's remove them. They were removed. I would have expected you to say, no. The VDC chose 11. Work with 11, no matter what. But you removed the 4, and then you added. So for me, it's not a matter of whether they needed it or not needed it. It's just a matter of the individuals that were added. That's what was exactly. Yeah. It was personalized. It was not the issues, but the people. You remove them and added. You know what I like? Bayo said, I am of the view, whether they live in the country or don't live in the country, the diaspora, they're very key, you understand, in certain things that happen in this country, right? I'm sure the diaspora are able to, they have the financial muscle, they have the expertise, they should be able to influence, they should be able to capacitize and make things happen, in consultation and in partnership with the people on the ground. So this notion of imantara sabateri jang, ilaftan remote control, I feel there is a way to manage that, and you all work together, whether they are in the country, but they are still Sanyang Dingo. If you have told me they are Chinese,
they have influence.
They're Chinese or Indians, but they have interest in Sanyang, that's why I will not listen to them. But in most Sanyang Dingoleti, I think they have a stake, and that might be the reason why they want to put their mouth. And I'm sure, their money is in Sanyang. That's why they want to put their mouth in there. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
So were you engaging the Gambia Ports Authority without informing the residents of Sanyang? This is also
informing on what?
Engaging them, like about this deep sea issue. Like they said you were having meetings with Gambia Ports Authority and Sanyang Kolma Kalamuda.
Ngama bi fefembe forajang. Bunda itulo balale. Gambia Ports Authority. I even cleared this na AGM Gambia Ports Authority ngela moli invite jere. AGM dula.
But did you have any separate meeting with them?
You invited Ports?
Okay, all right, okay.
Ports la mol benu meeting dula. AGM dula.
Why?
Huh?
Why?
They are partners.
They are stakeholders.
Yes. Okay. So we have to invite them.
Okay.
Ngaf kufla wala senado AGM dula wala nyende ko force ko. Sanyang VDC in Gambia Ports or Ministry of Works ma fen sign mimbe dendi any agreement or any document. Killing. VDC in Gambia Ports Authority man fen sign mimbe dendi any agreement or anything. Nte boto ge nena manta mfanga kumwe kata meeting wala ministry or Gambia Ports Authority. Anena man soto killing ka fon killing ngata meeting wala Gambia Ports Authority or ngata ministry meeting wala. But kasena ni fana alawla wala siyada la comme la yen correctional minyenga lol ba fala ko boto ge data meeting wala ministry le Ibrahima Silla 6 I had it from their forum ndabe nyum forum odole italande delete je ni na secretary
Iko jelle dila
iko ministry ya $600,000 la dintala. They said again ko Ibrahima Silla ni Sanyang alifale meeting kalumina de minna health Ministry of Justice Bama Bandasifo. The same group they write to the ministry katandila ko Sanyang is going to boycott the Berelani because they are not informed. Your ministry safele, your governor safele, your dulal be copy. Ibrahim Silla communication ko alafani bulunda Sanyang alifal anim VDC meet. Mo meeting ke bulunda la kiyamano la se kombe boja. Honorable Councilor be meeting dulal. Kebal na atandila ko. SDF on la representative mi be Sanyang bo meeting dulal lumina kuro katala. Buwa pije boja. Anu kuro fana kabira talada kabila mwani nano bela tem. Nada munun ko teke jalo jo pra esanso sakara ko na ya Sanyang be ko na katandiko. Juru kalo trilulu mansakunda bina kana poro berola. Ndel fo na meeting sabake ni alkalo ni alfal mimbe den di wobere la ko. So kakuo kumfa ndel nena mantam fangoye ministry o nde kabiri nyimporo la ko be ko master.
That's what they said. They said you received money from the Gambia Ports Authority.
Ports Authority to Lobela. Ports Authority invite them the same platform.
It's part of their petition they made survey.
Gambia Ports Fana invite
undisclosed.
Invite Nyami. Ba ndangan tafole. I said my side. Italy tafole. Gambia Ports Fana invite.
I mean, for me, I would see that as an allegation if there is no evidence to that.
Buba.
Well, this is a petition that is sent to the council. I'm not saying it happened. Yeah, but
the allegation.
Buba.
No.
Buba.
It will fall well upon. That's what I've said.
Hani kunu min for the King FM. Ndamala moy. Ya sen nyele. Because kunu ndaba no sarakunda. One of the biggest allegation. I went to different media platform. Gadla kola. I went to Star TV. I went to Palmwood, I went to QTV, the morning program. Because it's the same person, God ended your $3 million. The same person, God is paying me every end of month. The same person, Porsche $30 million na di major bojana, ya promise Palasola to be a board member in Poro Roda. Intaka ngam different media platform. Intene buka duko muda. Ndela fuare ara Sanyang beti. Ninda sama to kondonka ko koleat. Barinde duko. Moli ya kodol landin tele mi ko la fa drejin kala Sanyang aman ko comme la tajan najan akodi ma yola landinye ila contract document just to sign it ngana stamp wala je mbalanta so mine ben debula document la Gambia Ports lo balal he invite them for
so with this deep sea the people of Sanyang do you think the majority are happy that in the poro bitakanje because at first Masakunda lafta nun damen na ano ato lafta damen dile no Masakunda was different. So for it after damen na wala sort of fatol ye damen di la.
buba ngama nato wala janne wala na force na tiga
Ha yes.
nin kele la babi je
Ha.
the team ndele be team o li kanu ndenga message call be la soto threatening and everything buba mol nim pick up kana sanya ne kan de kuma de ka fanya dula kare nde kukile na be mbulun ko lummi na nke kiyamanoti ni nyim VDC kiyamane saya mo kilina tede ina na yo jamala fata sinya fula anene ma soro ya bade kaburo ko na wulna ni mole leaf ko tek ndadala nga tawota an kwani baroye kuma ndala office ko no sanya lafta min nambol dantela baroye nano en arrest kabirin deep sea port matter the first passing ndatal kalo ngal kalo ndel mo saba ndel lon sanya na nyaton kolti nte ite honorable boto bojang ngampare ngatal la kaso ko non after 72 hours na musol sinambel borinta pick up koyolti natan no masanya ndatan dankuila mosif hanama di mosifa be natan no masanya ndatan dankuila that was a day from the traffic
number plate jumale be wo pick up also
tinted glass
Tinted.
Gigi.
But me mina. Masa kunda lafta damen na wala sort of
I just like the
lafta damen
specifics.
dilela.
ya jere kelo be kada
Ha.
o kele wato kono buba tu miro be la latan taka ni mejo bojang dol fon nga tara na bun kono nga forum o dol may ko boto be ports abe ports e kata kay ti dola sanje e nyanda nyi ko do na mala mben na bun kono nga la moy SDF forum dol kam balne dol ka wulu nyaf na yonga broda fo la bon ndata nko ala delete forum ko wala ke counter ndoma ndefanta to honorable andaro every stakeholder ako nyim forum o ajina fitino la fena sanyang ye do bane nate mejo ado ma bejo la badin do ejo like what happens 2-3 weeks ago mejo took somebody to police because of forum a very nasty information as in the after digo inenda mejo bula yaja me afa mejo ba ketata na mejo asamba police ninde mu ijawati wolu o case ninde la appeal da mejo pra case withdraw ko mejo ko ni hadama ni imu nyato ko ti mu stakeholder sate ko mol ba fole man nte bodo gem VDC kiyamana ngo sulo la bam ni ngo wulol ten hawla wodo nga palaso sendi but
quickly not to demean all those things that are happening on the forum right but it's very very important no wait no abato doro yalo no ha bato abato no awet doro yalo ngiti bring in nata nom jang yalo ka bring in nata jang ha
nale diamo la science de programme dol so kata so nale ko so milan masakunda lafta daminna bi poro bu kata ke wol sanyal lafta daminna poro kata ke woldo kabo hawba kata tujere poro kata ke woldo
Okay, go ahead with your question.
that answers it. It's okay.
It answered your question.
Yeah,
All right.
okay.
So sign ye ko ye kenole wafi alaji kontema $3 million and no nyimu sate kenolti. You are accusing other people mil tambe da wala fana keno wafile. So for ye keno wafile 3 million mi alon ko sate kenole.
wala fonko be alpha kumuti I think nyanda na mobile so that or you give me your number those
No mobile on nati yalo mi
Those
wo
documents
cannot be
fine.
off camera mobile on nati bang
and this is communal land agriculture ika fo jele agriculture ni kada gunjur janni ka fta sanya na garden bado salaba birjoni saloni bulu ba karola dulani mbul
Jumal tam lan nyenti.
lan ni sate la tam
Sanyang
Jumal
tam.
wafi.
ama waf dulama waf dulalu wastale
Lease.
Yes. Anu kap janna ka ke bali akalam dale bulunda akalam dale alikalo akalam dale because on the documents found alikalo last time bulunda e bulukumbala je gunjur se fo fala lo to restam so nen na financial report fanan jibe even if you go to property renting $3 million iba jana je
So the $3 million
documents here because to be natala these are activity
No.
this is
the 3 million the 3 million is for what? It's a lease, not
Yes.
you did not sell.
Yes.
Let's just clear
And then
that.
can I have my
Mobile, yes, exactly.
Allow
Can I have
them
my
well,
mobile?
okay.
So the
Document
accusation,
link, that's fine.
so maybe it's not clear. Some people are saying you guys sold it, but you are saying here it's not sold, it's
How long?
leased.
How long?
Sorry.
Yeah,
so-
exactly.
So thank you. Nying atondi.
Nene.
Nene.
Uh-huh.
Ye nyimbe jele alka nyimbe be nyeninka. Na AGM lungo. Sanyang bele bije mo be bije nyim fota jele. There was question and answer.
No, benalaji. yalla tol fa nangana informal sort of intel we have you know SIS min kata call be ye feedback dinda janim bena show kono fine what property it's huge they allege is about 100 and something to 200 or whatever it's big
No.
oh okay do you have that
It's not 200. Right now, yalla diamo me from that particular project property in Amil Luaste. Diamo la from Funtaje. There is somebody mola wafu before the AGM. A wafu talen del namaram fanko wafu talen. That property wafu talen. A wafu ta minia kudu finju le bijani soto juo. Wolka babar faro leke woltate o yiri fulo boy je. Minia luas. Minia dulani luas. Itate samba police. Ntebe do pour la yam ko. Ntel fon tata ngo ko be negotiate pour yol bula. But property nyim fon wole do ko nyim stop there because the land have been sold before Ndella exists. Before Ndella.
Jumala wa.
Mo mi ya fa sanya.
Juala.
Jumala wa.
Mi ya wa fa sanya.
Juala.
Jumala wa.
No.
I remember yalo kukile.
Sai de be fan dundilale niko ne accuse ko ya wafile ko e ma wafi ko ya luwas sai ba fokane modo ya wafi
Ndella evidence is very clear kabirin aka luwas kaytol min data woya indicate la ko luwas la ma indicate ka wafutale ni la mo sirfo ni woma min nyafa nga min fodoron ko ni ko mole nyimu jelte yo afale tul selo kaytol le belarinje
Hausande nunta la tele wala le. One day I believe in you. You are 100%.
Afoy na mobile offer. Mobile no number dinna those agreements mba be transfer.
Hamburg salata memena ngenyi ka kukile le.
And then one of the biggest allegation is it's not even Alaji Conte.
Ha sai le memena.
So nga senani. Nda have no time nta katale. Nta ka program do so albela mo la nga senani. Nda nyanda senani.
boto ibe sila jang ya senayandi because itele sita jang ya mo sabat kumandi iko wole nakalin ko ate abatu iko mole dula luru le wafi sanyang la reserve la noto itele wo fo jang abatu do
ne man tara la moy kan
bela moy kan
kabirim buba kan kol yale makalam
ha
buba en kol nga min faate alon
no ngalon ne te ngalon ne
understand
ngabe wolon ne nga understand
with due respect fana na program la cancel pour kana buba la ñaten I cancel even be I have online
but you know what you will like it because this is the biggest platform you need clarity you are accusing people are accusing you it's good for you to clarify
let's calm down and then you have to listen to me too
no I'm telling you that
I have to clarify not you
no, but you say you want to go. I'm telling you, no, stay and clarify.
That you cannot stop me, Nene, because
no, I can't.
Yes,
honestly, I can't.
Yes. So you have to.
So say I can't
stop you.
Just calm down. So left you kala mena do sai.
No,
I'm ñu ko. Left down for all ñu ko. Yek fen na fa jam yanon ko asina da bad.
No, just ask the question. Some of the canal boy.
Sirifo.
No.
Abla na re.
Sirifo. Aliantela mo ilantela nga sen.
Bismillah.
Natol kalbe platform o talali akal tati. Fente Sénégal la ntebe wulla nga sey.
Ntaka question ole ask. Tol malon, tol taraje mbe question ole ask la.
The biggest allegation for is not Alaji Conte. Ama dula ma luwas Alaji Conte. Is nekma. Walla dula ni luwas not Alaji Conte. Check at the financial status si ba jeleje. Alaji Conte man dula luwas. Sirifo, ni ta la falan sana sanyang. Ndemo agent toti. Ni ta na sanyang. Ye dula ni sam. Fay ba fa la ko bote gela sam. Iba fa la jama la sam. Alaji la ni fenan sanyang. Alaji Conte le fenan sanyang, but Alaji man dula sam. Nek mala dula ni luwas. Aman ka Alaji Conte.
For how much?
25 years.
For 25 years.
Yes.
For 3 million.
Yes.
Size of the
No, 3 million every year for 25 years?
No.
25 years, 3 million, and then $587,000 as part of their corporate social responsibility.
Every?
Each year.
Yes.
Every
year. Yes. Okay. This is one of the things that I'm talking about.
Okay, so you wanted to ask something. Okay, go ahead. Okay,
I was just asking. Generally, I believe there is a problem with sustainable community governance. has become an area council given Sanyang VDC any training on sustainable community governance, for example? Did you benefit from any training?
No, you know,
From the
Ani de ebe bibi karne de. Afo ha wala hani. Afo ha wala hani.
honey.
I'm very good. Abanda.
Are you aware of any trainings?
No, until
If I mean, not at all. I mean, become an area council, for example, do they have a training? I'm talking about youngs or I'm talking about the institution. They have been signed for long. Do they have a mechanism, a training and something for sustainable community governance? May along VDC nada. They undergo that to get them up in the air.
I think I'm the right person to answer that.
No, even I will answer all these questions. Afo ha wala hani.
you don't benefit.
Okay, all right, thank you. Singare laftale na about.
Yeah.
3 weeks back, we were at the council. Council lang kumandi, blending ko, molla ko. We served nearly 2 years. Mbalantala kana AGM okay. Council yang kumandi. I went there with my executive committee. When the evidence all on the council nyatoko, in 2 years keje, even 1 year 2 months market. Because minkedan tenata on the 28th July 2024. Ode Moncharbi Honorable Boto Bojambi.
Ite ilata Honorable Boto Bojang buka fem for Imam Boto Bojang.
Ala council
Imam Boto Tofo.
Regarding that letter from Yan Southman, I call him. And then I policy for
Don't go that area. Don't
Yes,
go that
I
area.
policy for
Don't
you,
go that
so
area. Don't go that area.
There is a gray area, right?
Don't go that area.
Okay, sorry for that.
Don't go that area.
So, nina executive committee nata taje nga meeting wala. Nga kwendi area council lako. Ndella AGM omansi. Bari, on the 27th July 2025, mbene AGM kena. Ngo, kufula bembulu. Mbenye mpalaso safla le. Wonete kala fitinati. By force, every mbene AGM okala. Nina sangi sabo banda. By force mbe jilale. Niye murundi je kotake. Loi sembo dinala pour nga sanji sabado keje. Bar ni wo sanji woro banda. Man sembe soto ko pour kalo. Andu nga ko indi na AGM long fanan nga foje. So bar wo long fa nim monchar nim bir camera council gal ka jadal ko. If they want to conduct a training. These 17 villages mini yaron ko be Sanyang World Development Committee. Ini community development officer solbe ka jakan. Wo fa lu ngon nada fo mon ciare ko be tar ba bi kon tel ngam fan sun takale mi yaron kon tel fo la o moli invite ni your training na officier
Okay.
at the library.
Okay. All right. So atol ye petition o savele atol ya samba Brikama area
Can he
council.
answer
Yeah, about Jabilal, of course, about Jabilal. But first, atole munelong about this Sanyang le issue.
Buba, na time of 4 o'clock is admin bekeri.
Yes.
And then come bola jangata for Brikama.
So even in Batulale, I in the Brikama area council, then Janibira, so that you can answer some of the questions. Okay. Go ahead.
Repeat again.
So yalong yali ye petition o savele. Ya samba at the Brikama area council. Alia handul nyade anatole munelo nyim problem on.
Buba, like petition no nanata. Coming council be momona la lo long. Yeah, it's a suffer with regards to your grievance, you address it to either two offices. Office of the chairman or office of the CEO. You understand? But in a matter of Miyalonko, it's directly affecting a committee, a select committee. Office of the chairman by Bundela address to the person responsible so that they can look into it. And sometimes, you know, cool let the Miyalonko council niaje be safero kelaje. Ye miro lo soto ani jiko lo soto ko e tonya le tamande. You understand? So tonya dun tamando amanke ko ni buko soto ni petition o soto bi sama be tonya soto no lale. Because it also requires some processes. Facial findings like it. Like it a petition or soto no la mol bulo kono BBB, e ko BB fon yela judgment okay. So akatara committee stage le o committee like a responsible ka findings ke. Not necessary that a board party invite ke engage to hear from people. They've been doing it, and a lot of progress they made, a lot of success story available within West Coast region. So basically, nim petition nata, aka treat wala nyama. Not that ko another be within 1 week, I resolve. No, it sometimes.
So nila petition of stage
well, what I will petition on nata, I don't take office of the chairman, like I said, aka fintila ita committee stage. So committee finance see, ya jibe nyofe. Yeah, understand what is happening, because petition on ke directly, ke lead coming this allegation stuff so member ke intended. They can either call whosoever is interested to have a tete-a-tete discussion with you. If you prove yourself innocent, that's that. If you prove yourself guilty, they will report back to the General Council as how they find it. So it's left to the General Council to take that decision based on what is presented on before them.
Okay. So albe call jibelal natara ñil mantara silo kan alba force la le pour ay ji o min ñanda kala ay ke natara ñil dolle be silo kan fana is the same thing.
Well, let me not preempt anything here, Buba.
Ya ale chairman dol
yalo min tara fatonya ngam comme ndiamo ko ngam fe min tara fatonya nim mo late la jikitela andu luwale fana sembodi la pour kake referee ka tonya sabatindi nalon side ni tara fe tonya ombe tonya tanoje ite ke ku hani wufu moye mimu tonya de wala sabatindela so that's how it's okay.
All right, so ablaye nyini karo leke for alke training organize nyiliene, you know, some of these VDCs ila sate wolto you fought the cake so
very well. Yes,
ako ito masoro
Sanyang VDC to say ko masoto that doesn't conclude kataniku council buka training provide VDC. How many VDCs we have in West Coast region? It's in hundreds.
Ale training organized jelle
Asiata.
Jell I say how
no
much?
I cannot tell you the actual definite figure, but Asiata.
Because
come on. Yes, I'm the PRO.
Yes,
but not don't also believe every bit of information coming up like numbers. We have a lot of VDCs. How many villages do we have in the
exactly? How many villages?
It's like more than 300 villages.
Yeah, 300 is not.
You understand? More than 300 villages. It's more than.
It's not many. Even
No,
400 is not many. So okay, let's say in 50s.
50.
There should be a system to ensure that it's done.
Exactly.
Of course, no. Where Buba is pushing me because yalo man la fi min. No, hani intela garawtat.
Okay, let's say 100. Is it up to 100?
What is more important here? I don't want to give information many alonko. In the future, they will raise more questions than answers. I don't want that. What I can tell you is, even I'm more from me back because when we want to do this, we liaise with Department of Community Development. You understand? The VDC, WDC committee, Bella assessment okay, Neil assessment okay operator. Then they will put up a report. Through our planning and development, way facilitation okay to be the link. VDC even Jambanjeli. Jambanjeli benefited from this training. You go to Bonto, you go to Pirang, you go to Faraba, you go to Sotokoy. Different communities. So I'm not talking about the recent from Konyinde. These are because remember I started working at council since 2018, right? So I am fully aware that council have such kind of packages to train VDCs.
Okay. So you have almost about 300 VDCs, right? What would you say?
Villages.
I mean,
yeah,
villages. But each village is supposed to have a VDC,
it's supposed
right?
to, but not all villages have a functional VDC.
VDC, okay,
we
functioning.
have to understand
okay,
that.
but then we're just talking about what's supposed to be. So if you have 300 villages, you are supposed to have 300 VDCs. Supposed to. That's why I'm choosing my word. You are supposed to have 300 VDCs under the council. So, I mean, and if you just want to say, okay, we have trained, let's say, 20% of this VDC or 15% of this VDC, and of course it's going to be ongoing. But one thing that remains a fact is, as he claims here, that you have also substantiated, they have not received training since he became the chairperson of their own VDC.
1 year.
1 year, exactly. Yeah. It's a long time.
And
they should, because
been aware
this
of any training that Sanyang actually
that's where I was coming. And 1 year is too much because these trainings happen from the initial stage. In the initial stage, you know what I mean. And then again, I want to also say there has not been a training because if another VDC was there for 7 years, that they have to be forced out, you know, those people are not trained to even know their functions and function well, to be able to even stay there 7 years and not even conduct a single AGM, as he said here. So that also needs to be looked into and ensure that those things don't happen. Because the people that receive the proper training knows their function, knows what needs to be done at what time, because all that is transparency and accountability. But before he goes, I want to come back to Boto. I want to come back to Bokro because you are here. Understand? Adia I connect internet auto because you are also supposed to show us.
I read it.
No, wait. You read it. We haven't read it, and we have to comment on it, Buba. No, but we have to do it on the show. Yeah. What? No. Not after the show. It has to be on the show. Don't give us information after the show.
No.
During the show. But what I'm saying is, no. Mundan ko connect fini. I'm talking first. Wait. Connect len.
Just go ahead, Nene, with your contribution.
But what I wanted to say is, right, Boto, as the chairperson, 1 year, you are taking credit of doing a lot of transformation and initiating a lot of things since you came that has not been there, which is commendable. If it is that, and if that is what is happening, it's commendable because this is what leadership is. You bring about change, right? And people are supposed to measure up from where you took off and where you are and where you're going, especially when you leave. And you're going to leave at some point in time. But now you are presenting a document nicely, the financial statement of SVDC, Sanyang whatever. Let's say the VDC, Sanyang is like a business, right? The Sanyang village is a business. And then the business, for it to survive, you have to appoint managers or directors, people who are going to drive the business. And that director also, you have to have people, that's the staff. Yeah, that's why I'm speaking so fast, so that, because this is very important. You handed this over to us. So, and you have the staff, right? And all that, you know, and the staff that are, you're the manager of the VDC business, and then you have your VDC executive, who are the staff of the VDC. You're supposed to run the affairs. You have expenditures, and then you generate fund. There are certain organizations, they are not income making. You know, they only spend because they provide service. But you guys, you make money through all these other services and all that. And of course, you say rental. And one rental that caught my eye, which you told us here, I was not even aware. I asked you the question, how big is the land? You haven't answered that question, but you said it's not up to 200 by 100 or whatever, because I wanted to know.
You'll see it on the document.
On this document?
No.
Which document?
The document I'm going to send.
And that's why it's important we have it before the show finish. So, but then $3 million is lease for 25 years, which means every year is $10,000. Now I'm telling you, this is a business. Every year you make $10,000 from that leasing, right? And I think the Sanyang people, that's the business, the owners of the business, should fire the manager and all the staff, because that is a very bad business, if you ask me.
Everyone? Is it everyone?
Every year, 10,000.
Every year, it's $3 million for 25 years. So every year, which means it's $10,000 a whole year.
But
that's the lease.
He said every year they are going to also contribute to the social corporate responsibility.
Corporate social responsibility.
Has that been done so far? Have you received any corporate social responsibility from them?
It's going to start this year.
No. You see, let me tell you.
You can't do that and then the rent.
No, because of time, let us be honest. When it comes to my time, I will talk. I will give the blame partly to them. He has done tremendously a good job based on what he has narrated here. But there are red flags. You see, when
a lot.
Yes. If you give Nigma a place lease, you want to lease it for this 3 million. How have you arrived at that 3 million? Exactly. If Nigma is going to get 100 million every year, why should they be paying you 10,000 and give you 575? Why should they do that? How do you arrive at that? Okay, you've given us your audited your activity and financials, but this is coming from you, who has audited to confirm this.
Yeah, exactly. I would have seen an audited financial statement
yes,
and a bank
but
statement.
You have tried because you
bank
said
statement,
it has never
which is
in Sanyang.
So
it means you have done great.
Yeah, so
that's why I asked.
Well, that is what he has said.
Yes.
I just want to come.
We understand.
Sorry, so Buba. I think I'm a salving finger because it's 3:48. Then I cannot drive 12 minutes to Mimbeki.
Okay.
And then I have a program.
Okay.
I paid already.
Okay. Okay.
If I'm late of the program,
No, you really did late.
Okay.
Somebody else cannot go to that program.
Yes, no, I have to go there with my secretary.
Okay, all right. No
Can the secretary
problem.
go and start? Where is the
It's the
secretary?
same program like this, and then it's
That's
free-
what I'm saying.
it's
Can
free
the
for them.
can the secretary
Nene,
start
we are
with the
taking
secretary?
more time. Can you just continue?
No,
I
this
just
was
want
the
to ask
agreement
you, I just
yesterday.
want to ask you one question, one very important question. I'm applying a resident. What do you do? The audited report. Because every
Question on you ka katale. Just ask the question, huh?
Yeah, audit la bang formal audit.
No. I'm present at the AGM. I watched the AGM. I'm present here.
So he answered the question. He already answered the question.
He was not present. But why did he give us? They did not give us audited. You would have given us audited report, not this. This is made by them.
But before I come to this program, nobody told me the agenda of the program.
No,
Uber just called me.
But if you bring this, why did you bring the audited and the final bank
I
statement?
gave you these copies because
There were people on the ground during
Sorry.
the AGM. If he said the auditor report was presented and it was not presented. Now the people of Sanyang are listening to him.
But no, actually he did not answer. I was the one that answered. So ask him the question. Let him answer. Because that's his responsibility.
Bring Alcada AGM. Yal audit le bang alela auditor report sort of bang alela present because in an AGM you have to present your yearly auditor report as far as after 1 year Alcada AGM. Have you done an internal audit? Do you invite internal audit bang alela present to the committee or not?
No, we don't invite internal audit.
Do you do any form of auditing?
Yes.
Who did the auditing?
We have na vice ademo finance out of
VDC la vice.
Yes. And then
Ita fonga la VDC la vice.
let me talk. And then ngamola invite outside. Me yalonko before the AGM. Put a check. And then way forward.
Is that an auditor?
Yes.
Is a professional auditor?
Yes, he is.
Did he stamp it as a
Certified audit report.
certified audit?
What I don't say that Kwa stamp. He's even working at the
National
national
auditor.
audit.
Okay.
Put a be verify, a be check.
So where is the report? Where is the audit
No,
report?
he's not saying ki dafa audit de. They don't verify. The audited
Yes,
one.
this is what
The
I'm
one that you people audited, that they audited, Lola don't
So
verify.
and then
But
I
never
declare
never
for an
audit.
AGM because of because of time wise. Na vice la fango declare because atala ni read finance report ni read ndang activity report ni read. Another time deal and jeko nying wati kare audit report abe funtilale. And then if you are relevant stakeholders and institutions iba be saf la wolda ya.
Is it adoptable? AGM adoptable. It's on
Yes, nga saf molbe.
Is adoptable.
Yes.
Fine, formally ka foko okay ale min fon sondal.
Yes.
No, ima adopt. Parce que mitino a janjanta nyame, ima je question answer, bulunda moko, question o sis, naka question o kanyantale, ni moye question o soto, alia la fansu mitino ke, alia question o to, bare nyim mitino to jang, abantale, a janjanta wo, no adoption was done.
That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm coming to ask.
In fact, like a life le.
So,
But it was totally right? Was totally?
AGM adoptable. AGM adoptable.
Anything there when the meeting ended that way. You know what I mean?
So we were finally because
Okay.
I have only
Thank you so much for coming. Abaraka Bake.
maybe